As you hear these words, you might begin to notice something interesting. The simple act of listening, it can create a shift inside you. A shift that's so subtle yet powerful. As though you're already beginning to understand the deeper, more hidden aspects of yourself. You see, I'm cheeky. It isn't just a simple statement. It's a way of being, an entire way of thinking and acting. And in this very moment, you might start to notice how easily it can become part of who you are. Just like the way you effortlessly breathe, the way your thoughts flow, this cheeky part of you begins to find its place quietly, naturally in the background, without effort. Now picture yourself walking into a room. You know, just by being there, the energy changes, the atmosphere shifts. You might notice the way your smile naturally invites attention, or how the way you look at someone can make them smile, even before a word is spoken. You're aware, of course. It's not just what you say, but how you say it. How everything about you can be playful, light, spontaneous, without a care in the world. And the more you think about it, the more you realise how simple it is. How simple it's always been. You don't need to try. You just are. Isn't it fascinating how quickly you can shift your awareness? How quickly you can change your state? How quickly you can reframe what's possible for you? You might begin to notice the thought, I'm cheeky. It's more than just a label. It's a doorway to something deeper, something much more fun. You might even start to feel how easily that playful spirit flows through you, without resistance, because this is who you've always been. It's always been there, just waiting to be unleashed, waiting to come forward. And as you consider the idea of being cheeky, something new emerges, something you didn't realise was so natural. Because when you're cheeky, you also trust yourself deeply. You trust the world responds to you in ways that are perfectly in harmony with your playful energy. You trust your cheeky energy is magnetic, drawing people to you, effortlessly, naturally. You trust it's easy for you to slip into that state, to embrace that freedom, because after all, it's your freedom. You may even notice that as you embody this cheeky version of yourself, you become more tuned to the subtle cues of the environment. You begin to feel how everything around you seems to reflect the cheekiness within you. And with each passing moment, you realise being cheeky is just another part of your natural effortless flow. There's no need to control it. There's no need to force it. It's like a wave that rises up, just to fall naturally back to the shore. And as you let these ideas settle, you might discover how the belief of being cheeky, it becomes the key to unlocking deeper, more profound connections. Every time you interact, there's an effortless playfulness, a subtle ease that draws people closer to you, without you even trying. And the more you understand this, the more you notice how being cheeky is just an invitation for others to join in, to share in the fun, to engage in the play of life. It's as if the universe itself conspires to create situations where being cheeky becomes the most natural thing to do, where it's perfectly appropriate and you're encouraged. You start to see how being cheeky is not just a trait but a skill, an ability to read a situation and know exactly what's needed to shift it into something lighter, brighter, more enjoyable. You might even find your cheekiness makes others feel at ease, makes them laugh, makes them feel that sense of freedom too. And the beauty is, as you let go, as you embrace this way of being, it becomes easier, simpler, more automatic. The belief I'm cheeky now becomes an anchor, a reminder of your innate ability to bring joy, to play, to infuse energy into everything you do. Just as easily as you breathe, you embody this cheeky spirit, and in doing so, you allow more of that same energy to flow into your life. More laughter, more play, more ease. Notice how effortlessly you adopt this belief. Notice how it gently weaves itself into your every action, your every word. Because you know, at a deeper level, Being cheeky is not something you force or try to do. It's just who you are, who you've always been, and it feels so natural, so right. It's impossible not to trust it. As you embrace the belief that you're cheeky, you begin to notice how this cheekiness blends with your strength, with your confidence. Every time you step into this belief, you tap into an energy that's alive, dynamic, and ever-changing. You may realize being cheeky, it's a skill you develop over time, a skill you've mastered without even knowing it. And as you allow yourself to embody this cheekiness more fully, more consistently, you begin to see the more you play, the more life plays with you. You start to notice how things seem to flow with ease, how doors open with ease, how people respond to you with ease, because they too are drawn to the lightness, to the fun, to the energy that you naturally bring into the world. You may even begin to realise deep down that there's no separation between who you are and the cheekiness you've embraced. It's not something separate. It's not a mask you put on. It's simply the most natural and authentic expression of who you are. It becomes easier and easier to embody it with every breath, every step you take. And as you settle into this belief, as it settles into your subconscious, you might notice it becomes a permanent part of your identity, a part that no longer needs to be thought about, a part that simply is.